Gumbo of Growth, the connection is you.
Today, we're getting into something really vital for parents, for educators. How do we actually make individualized education programs, IEPs, work better for autistic students,
Mhm.
especially focusing on those executive functioning challenges?
Right. And executive functioning, EF, it's basically the brain's management system, like planning, organizing, time management, impulse control, all those core skills.
Skills we all use every day.
Exactly. But for many autistic individuals, these challenges are, well, they're pretty common and often misunderstood or even missed in school settings. We looked at some great resources, like one detailing 100 practical, measurable goals. It really highlights how crucial these skills are.
Okay, so it seems straightforward, but you're saying these EF skills often get missed. Why is that? What are the sources telling us?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Um, Schools tend to focus heavily on the academics, right? Reading, writing, math. And sometimes parents, completely understandably, step in to help manage things like homework or schedules, kind of enabling, maybe unintentionally.
Oh, I see.
But what the research, particularly around goals for older students, makes clear is that building these skills is just essential for independence. Vital. Especially as they approach that transition age out of school.
Right, so without that explicit support, it's a much tougher road later on.
Definitely.
So let's connect that to making an IEP truly effective. What does that look like? We know an IEP outlines strengths, needs, goals.
Yes. And the Autism Society Guide on IEP questions really clarifies this. It's a roadmap. Strengths, needs, goals, services, accommodations, it's all supposed to be in there.
So what kind of goals can we actually put in an IEP? Is it just about grades?
No, not at all. And that's a key point. The Autism Society stresses that IEPs absolutely can and often should address behavior, social skills, communication, and critically, those life skills, organization, time management. That's exactly where these executive function goals fit in. They become pretty central.
Okay, this is where it gets really practical, I think. That 100 goals resource you mentioned, it has specifics.
Oh, absolutely. Really concrete examples, like for organization.
Yeah.
Think about a goal like the student will create their own system for organizing their locker or desk, maybe using visual aids, and maintain it. Or using specific colored highlighters for different subjects' homework. Simple, but effective.
Okay, practical.
Hmm.
And what about time management? That's a big one.
Huge. So goals could be things like the student independently writing down daily assignments in a planner, maybe aiming for 90% accuracy. Or using a visual timer, like getting a 1-minute warning before moving to the next activity. It helps manage those transitions.
And you also mentioned self-awareness, self-advocacy.
Yes, crucial skills. So goals might look like a student learning to actually ask for help when a task feels too hard, instead of just shutting down, or being able to talk through, difficult behavior afterwards. To identify triggers, figure out better strategies for next time.
So it's not just about giving them, say, extra time on tests.
That's part of it. Accommodation is important. But it's often equally about direct instruction, actually teaching these skills explicitly. Many students need both. You need the support, the accommodation, but also the skills teaching. Understanding why they need it is key.
So it really boils down to understanding the individual student's cognitive style, how they process information, how they manage tasks.
Yeah.
That has to be foundational for the IEP.
Exactly right. It's a shift from just focusing on the perceived problem to understanding the person's way of thinking and operating. The Autism Society actually has training on this, supporting information processing and executive function. It really pushes for schools and organizations to genuinely accommodate these diverse cognitive styles.
Makes sense. It's about creating a supportive environment, not just trying to fix something.
Precisely. And this ties into the Autism Society's broader mission, right?
Okay.
Empowering the community through education, advocacy, support, like their helpline, for instance.
So wrapping this up, it seems the core message for parents, for educators, is that supporting autistic students with EF challenges requires getting really specific and strategic within the IEP.
Yeah, the big takeaway is viewing the IEP not as the static document, but as this dynamic collaborative process. It needs to blend those tailored goals with measurable accommodations and that direct skills instruction. It's about building true independence.
Definitely. And here's something for you, our listeners, to think about. How can we take these insights, these detailed, individualized strategies we use for autistic students with EF needs, and apply them more broadly? How might focusing on specific skills like organization, time management, and self-advocacy help us better understand and support all the diverse learners in our lives? Because really, this kind of understanding could benefit everyone.